oh, I have to poo. Oh, I have to poo. I'm going to take my phones with me. They're probably going to die soon, but I might be able to entertain myself. Every Adam Sandler movie is a limp dick face slap. Every Adam Sandler movie is a limp dick face slap. That's fun. Oh man, I better get my cord. The Grim comes up here. He's coming. He's coming. He's a coming. He's a coming. I'm not excited, but should I be? Is this the fate that half of the world is playing for me? Baby. Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? I need to have my hair up. Oh baby, baby, I should have scooped your poop. But you know my pain level's up. Come on, get comfy in my lap. You're my kitty, and I want you to come nap with me. My grandma Lim, the best kitty, and I will love him eternally, eternally. Let's just get my face all wrecked. Let's just get my face all wrecked. Let's just get my face all wrecked. Oh, let's just get my face all wrecked. Let's get my face all rectal. Let's get my face all rectal. Alright, I really liked this song when I heard it when I was in Spencer's. When I entered Spencer's, I'm not even fucking shitting you, yo. Flagpole Sitta was playing. Harvey Danger, Flagpole Sitta. And that's the paranoia, everybody's coming to get me, for those of you who don't know. And I heard like some really good music. I did not catch what the heavy metal number was, because they's pretty busy, but I did get this Mickey Rickshaw. So I'm gonna see if this is like actually good. I'm tickled that it's Mickey Rickshaw. It was like so freaking cool. Like, I'm so confused, dude, because like it was so freaking cool when Sean and I went to the mall, and I was on foot being like a crazy person, and this guy like started talking to us, and he was like, and I wish that I had written down his blog. Like, oh my god, my dude, I'm so like, I'm just so scattered. But this guy, like, he had like this like insane amount of like trivia knowledge, but like not trivial knowledge, but like knowledge about Walt Disney, and I do too, actually. So like he was not informing me, but he was informing Sean, because Sean doesn't have like the most extensive knowledge of Walt Disney like I do, and this guy does. And like that was just so cool. To talk to somebody who was like on my level like that. And he had other interests. I don't remember what his other interests are, but like he was like following us around the mall. Like he followed us around the store, and we were talking, and it was like, it felt like we were making a friend, but like you know, like I was there enjoying time with Sean, and I know that Sean would not assert himself to this stranger, to this strange, kind gentleman. I mean, who's older than us, you know, and like does he have like autism, Asperger's, traumatic brain injury, schizophrenia? I don't know, but it's one of those things, you know, probably. And or maybe not. I don't know, but I know that Sean would perceive this as like a special individual, and if Sean were bothered, he wouldn't say that he was bothered, but like Sean was like, I don't, you know, like I just thought that I was like reading, you know, my symbiotic soulmate Sean like correctly, and uh, like I really did put off like telling this guy like, well, I think we're gonna go our separate ways, and it was really nice meeting you, and like this was just so wonderful. I love having meaningful exchanges like this, and like we're on the same level, and I really fully intended to follow his blog, but I think like Sean and I had like a falling out between meeting him, and like every time Sean and I have a falling out, that's a reinforcement of domestic violence trauma for me, and it really like rattles me. It's like I'm getting myself together, and then like I'm an etch a sketch, and then the reinforcement of domestic violence trauma like goes shh, and there's less picture there. So that, yeah. But at the time in the mall, after I was like I told, yeah, I just like, you know, communicated that I didn't want him to follow us into the next store, you know, like we'd been walking through Oak Park Mall together, and it was so cool. It was so cool. But I was like, you know, like we're going to part ways now, and you know, he understood that. Like once I communicated clearly to this guy, I don't remember his name, like he understood, you know, like it wasn't a problem at all, and I wasn't rude about it either, of course. But I like went, and I had to like go and like find Sean, like catch up to Sean, because he was doing that like kind of like vroom, 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 vroom thing that he does. Like I guess that vroom, 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 vroom thing that I just did is like Sean is like surveying the horizon for like something that he wants personally, rather than like taking in the scenery or like participating in the moment. Like in a retail setting, Sean is like, what do I want to buy? Like, you know, and like he just kind of like beelines to like what he's interested in, and like he just like chews up a place and spits it out. Like he's just like, fucking done here, you know? Like that's how Sean is. And I was like yay me, right? Like I caught up to Sean, and I was like, yay me, right? Like I shook our tail, like it seemed like that's what you wanted. And Sean at that point sheepishly says, no, I was really enjoying having his company. And I was like, that is so weird. Like I thought that was so weird. And I remember this so well because it was like, wow, I really cannot read Sean at all. I cannot read Sean at all, apparently. But when Sean views this experience retrospectively, how he remembers it, how he speaks of it, is the crazy guy followed us around. We couldn't get away from him. Like, immediately after it happened, in the moment, Sean was like, oh no, I was really enjoying it. You didn't have to do that. But in retrospect, Sean was trying to get away from him. Sean did not like him. So just like, what does that mean? So like, so I'm not tuning into
reality. I think it just is like, it exemplifies that I'm not tuning into the same reality that Sean is tuning into. Like when I am perceiving Sean's like desires or motivations or whatever, it's through a lens darkly. And now I'm not sure. Well, no, I think that makes sense. I think that does make sense, because the like the angry cynic Sean, the Sar the Sar Sean, Sean Sar, I don't know. His initials are SAR, and he's sarcastic as fuck. Like, he's sarcastic, sardonic, like it's funny. It's funny. But when he's Sar, he's sour. Like that's like a very solidified, like I do know that Sean. I do know Sar Sean. But the sheepish sweet boy Sean, who appears like for like 30 seconds to 5 minutes, maybe 5 hours at a time, okay? That Sean, like, I don't have a bead on that Sean, like, and I think the thing is that, like, Sean doesn't have a bead on that Sean either, because sheepish sweet boy Sean was who was like, no, I was enjoying him, but like Sean's body was not communicating that he was enjoying the company that we had inadvertently acquired on our Oak Park Mall stomp through, right? Like that, like he was walking too fast. He was not making eye contact. He was not participating in the conversation. Like, it was like Sean is so disconnected from himself. He's so dissociated from himself that he's like, it's, you can't really know him. You can't really like have any kind of rapport with him. You can't have any kind of relationship with him. Like whatever is going on, like he's broken in a way that I do not know how to fix, and I, like, I've been really patient with it. Obviously, I've been really patient with it. Like, it's been a couple of years since it came to light that the reason Sean was leading me on by making out with me and like being romantically positioned as my boyfriend in our relationship, but then, like Fight Club the next morning, like, oh, I fucking hate you, what the fuck are you doing here, get the fuck out of my life, I never want to see you again, like, you're nothing but a burden, like doing that thing to me since 2013. It was a couple of years ago that we figured out that, like, it is Fight Club. Like, it's absolutely Fight Club. Like, he has no memory of doing that. He has no memory of being that guy. Anytime Sean is, like, a sweet, sheepish, like, lovely person, he does not retain memory of it. So I was very patient. And knowing that, it enabled me to level up my patience like mad, like just mad. And so it was only after I like mastered the ability to sit there while he's berating me and saying things that do not make sense, like, I mastered the ability to sit there and not retaliate and not talk back, just to look at him and say to him, I understand that you're triggered right now, and these are not your words or your feelings. You're saying things that you don't mean, and I know that you are in so much pain. That pain is pouring out of you in the form of you yelling at me right now. And so I don't need to say anything that's going to cause you pain, and I don't wish you pain. You're in enough pain, so I'm not going to fight back. Like, once I mastered the ability to do that, I unlocked the ability to perceive myself and view the situation from the perspective of how despite how well I'm handling it, how the repeated re-up of traumatization in the domestic violence traumatization re-upping was impacting my physical well-being. And having that lens on me, where it's like, I'm now, like, it got to the point where I was able to perceive, like, my body temperature just, like, raise immediately, like, when Sean came in the door and wasn't, like, pleasant and jovial, you know, like, when it was, like, just anytime there was a question of, like, which Sean is this? There's no fucking way to know which Sean it is. Like, Sean's worn the same exact outfit, I think, for, like, 5 of the last, like, 7 times I've seen him recently, okay? Like, he looks the same. He has a flat affect. Like, he seems dead inside. But he, like, that's kind of always been his thing. He seems dead inside. But then, like, and if you've known Sean, like, if you knew Sean in high school, or, you know, like, before Sean started doing drugs and drinking alcohol, like, if you knew Sean, like, that was Sean. Like, he'd be like, I'm dead inside, I'm a vampire. And then just, like, something would, like, catch his fancy, and he would just, like, whoosh, transform, and, like, oh, here is your court jester, you know? And here's your imaginary best friend. So, this isn't new, which informs me that I didn't do it. I understand that just like that drawer into my head in GameStop was the straw that broke the camel's back as far as traumatic brain injury, I was the straw that broke the camel's back as far as Sean's trauma-induced dissociative identity problem. And I take responsibility for that. And that's another reason that I did not report that I was in a domestic abuse situation. But I have reported that I have been in a domestic abuse situation with him. And I just got the letter in the mail. And it said that we will be investigating your domestic violence situation as you reported it on this date. So, victory for men. I don't know what this means for me or Sean. I'm hoping that it at least communicates, well, no. My intention is that it communicates to a broken system that there are not enough resources in place if a disabled adult doing the best that they can, but who has no family or friends, like, there's no village to take care of disabled me. Like, I don't just move into my mom's house and she takes care of me. Like, she did her 18 years. Like, she's good. And, you know, like, people who do not have a family to which they can become the family burden, or, the family responsibility, because they've become disabled, are SOL. Like, you're SOL. Like, if your family, your friend, your husband, like don't take you in when you become a disabled adult, the system does not account for that. Like, the system really, really is built. I've come to learn that the system is built with this, like, implied expectation that your family bears the weight of you. And whether that's your blood family or the family that you built because your blood family was wildly abusive, the system doesn't care about that. And the system also, and because of this, the system also does not care if you are an adult who is disabled and you are unable to escape domestic violence because of your disability. Because the alternative is living on the street and being homeless. Because the alternative is just, like, checking into an institution. Like the alternative is dreadful, is torment, is barbaric. So, like, does anyone have a choice to stay in a situation of domestic violence? Yes, absolutely, there is a choice. And at any point, your choice is live on the street and die on the street quickly, or endure your domestic violence home life, right? Well, that's not cool. That's not okay. So, I'm shedding light on this, like, not just for the benefit of myself, but for the benefit of everyone who they didn't get to leave home, and it's not a good home. And, like, personally, my best friends are in this situation. Personally, my best friends are in this situation where, like, they cannot be on their own. And so they are stuck in situations where they are repeatedly traumatized and abused in their home. So, like, it wasn't until I could make the report not from a place of heart, from my heart space, and I made that report entirely from my heart space. I don't want any punitive action taken against Sean. Sean is a victim. Sean is absolutely a victim. He's a victim of a broken system. He is a victim of a abusive household in which he is trapped currently. And I'm also doing this, like, for the good of everyone, for the good of all, because I'm the person who's disabled and can get online and say these things. And I just know that there's just hundreds more people who don't have that privilege for whatever reason, That little documentary, it wasn't a documentary, it was like a docuseries. It was based on real events. It happened locally. Like, this was on my local news years ago. That girl whose mother told her she was sick, presented her as sick to doctors, scammed and got all kinds of services because she was faking that her daughter had cancer and diseases, and she made her use a wheelchair and everything. Like, that happens, okay? That happens. That happened locally. Like, that was on my local news. And it was like when I saw that on my local news, I was like, we have arrived at a new level of understanding. Like, that people, that just at least in, like, a local Midwestern area, like, people know that this goes on. We need to understand that this goes on, And, I mean, just, Ask a juggalo. Ask a juggalo, like, why they identify with ICP going chicken hunting and killing rednecks. Like, something is, like, so twisted. Like, something is so twisted in society. And there's just this, like, this like, pulsating mass that's hidden from sight. This pulsating mass of slavery, of sex trafficking, of incest, of domestic violence, and like I just want to be the light that burns it all out, and I'm just trying to be anything but fire, you know, like like yes, like my impulse is to just kill everyone, you know, just like where are people going missing? Like, just throw a bomb there. Like, how many people have gone missing in this area? Just bomb it. Like, we need to see what's under there. There's got to be some tunnels, right? Like, you guys do not have any idea. Most people do not have any idea, like the cartography of the subterranean level of our nation. And you really should. So, yeah, like, it's, you know, everything I do is with intention, but, like, with layers of intention, with levels of intention. Like, I don't make a move until I can do it, like, with a wholly, like, whole person, whole body, whole foods, wholly benevolent intention. And so, I've been informed that this week Sean will be receiving, he will be contacted regarding the investigation of domestic violence, and I do not know what the future holds for me, but, like, I'm pretty freaked out about it, but I'm also excited because Sean needs help, and I don't want him to take medication, of course. I want him to, like, have therapy, like, just any basic therapy, you know, like, everyone needs a little bit of therapy. Absolutely everyone should at some point in their life, and I think periodically, like, have it, like, required of them as a human being in the United States of America to spend 1 week or 2 weeks in a mental hospital, like don't take medication, take notes, you know, like, take everything in, and then go about your life. And go about your life from the perspective of how good you have it that you are able to take knowledge from a mental hospital, apply it to your life, not kill your brain with medication, and be better for having spent a week or two in the mental hospital. Because while you're in the mental hospital, invariably, I've never been in there, and there hasn't been someone who is so hopelessly broken that they will never be anything but a burden to the government, a burden to their family until their family dies, a chore for their friends to do. You need to come face to face with those people. You need to hear the stories. Like, you need to understand that things are not all right here. And things haven't been all right here for a very long time. A very long time. And the reason you need to understand that is because change starts with you. Change starts with you. You get right with yourself. You be your best self. And the holographic reality that we agree upon and vote upon every day with our decision to operate either from a place of love or a place of fear will absolutely reflect the change in you. Now, I'm telling you, you look at the internet, world looks like a hideous place, right? That's a lie. It's a lie as far as my eye can see, because I went out into the world yesterday. There was not any unkindness. There was not any malice. There was not, I mean, it was just like things are so much better than they used to be. Like, things are amazingly awesome. Like, I didn't experience like an ounce of prejudice or judgment or anything. Not anything at all, not anything whatsoever. And I'm like a disabled person in a power wheelchair who's also like periodically getting up and like dancing her ass off around her power wheelchair. Like 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 looking like this. Like, I scared people. Like how I looked yesterday, like people were people were scared of me, but not like a oh my god, that crazy person type of thing. Just like, oh my god, like, oh, you, like, wow, okay, you know. And I also had people coming up to me and they were like, hey, like I really love your style, you know. And I want you to know that I really love your style, and it's like, do you have any idea what that feels like? Because, like, this has been me since I was, like, 16. Like, I've been looking like how I look now, how I dress now. It has been that off the wall since I was 16 years old, okay? And when I was 16, like, I was, like, it was like the world just, like, hated me. And the world just wanted to erase me. And now the world embraces me. You know why that is, right? Because I embrace myself. Because I figured out how to embrace myself. So, get off the internet. Go out into your local community. And every good interaction that you have, like, live in that moment. And if you have a bad interaction or you see some bad stuff going on, just let it go. Just let it go. What you pay attention to expands. So pay mind wisely. Or don't complain when you're dancing through the flames in hell.